Hey, and welcome back to our video about the Scrum Master role and responsibilities. In this video, we will quickly look at who the recipients of the Scrum Master services are. You probably remember that a Scrum Master basically delivers three services: being a master of Scrum, being a facilitator, and being a coach. There are three groups who receive these services from a Scrum Master. We will look at each of them, and I will also provide you some examples on how the Scrum Master delivers those services. Let's start with the very first group, the developers. A Scrum Master trains the developers to understand Scrum better. This is the Scrum Master acting as a master of Scrum. A Scrum Master facilitates every single event that the developers participate in. Initially, even the daily Scrum, although this is one of those events where fairly quickly the Scrum Master should try to get out and let the developers self-manage, self-organize. And the Scrum Master coaches the developers to become better as a group, but also individually. Similar to the developers, the product owner is also part of the events that are facilitated by a Scrum Master. In addition to those, a Scrum Master can also facilitate individual events or meetings between a product owner and their most important stakeholders. Last but not least, a Scrum Master also coaches a product owner to become better at what they are supposed to do. For example, prioritization. This does not mean that the Scrum Master prioritizes the product backlog for the product owner, but the Scrum Master teaches them effective prioritization techniques, such as user story mapping. The last group that receives the services from a Scrum Master is very broadly referred to as the organization. What do we mean by the organization? Let me give you a few examples and how the Scrum Master serves them. Let's start with the Scrum Master acting as a master. Imagine there's a team that is very closely working with the Scrum Master's team. Wouldn't it be beneficial if they knew what Scrum and Agile ways of working were all about? Of course it would. In this case, the Scrum Master would educate them, acting as a master of Scrum, about Scrum and agility. Similar, we already talked about it. There might be leaders, there might be stakeholders that work really close with your product owner. And the Scrum Master, from time to time, facilitates meetings, events between those two. And lastly, there are leaders in the organization that need some coaching to become better leaders, to become agile leaders, to create the environment for Scrum and Agile teams to thrive. And a good Scrum Master, a great Scrum Master, would work with those leaders and their leadership skills. To summarize, you have learned that the Scrum Master acts as a master, as a facilitator, and as a coach. The services are provided to the developers, the product owner, and very broadly, the organization. I hope this video was informative to you and you have now a much better understanding of what you as a Scrum Master, as an Agile coach, are supposed to do. The remainder of the class will be teaching you all of these things. You will learn about Scrum in detail, so you become a better master of Scrum. You will learn a few facilitation techniques, and you will observe me doing a bit of coaching. So enjoy the rest of this course.